Hey, it's Dorley and welcome to my channel. I'm working on a layout for this Iron Crafter Challenge, and this is a Facebook group from Peace Craft Love and also the Paper Snob. And what they do is the third Friday of every month, they post a supply to use, and the idea is to use that supply because we're going through our stash, right? So I have all the information about this hop, also about the Facebook group in the information box. So please check it out. It'll show all the other hoppers and all the details you'll need to know for this hop. Now, when I saw that the supply for this month was eyelets, brads, or buttons, I knew I needed to join. So I'm one of those people who even though I do it all the time, every time I go to the expo, there is a booth called the Eyelet Outlet, and I buy a lot of brads, and I rarely use them. So I'm going to use them for this challenge. I'm using that sketch from Sketch and Scrap, and I'm using this scrapbooking kit from Simple Stories, and it's the Boho Sunshine Kit. It's very 70s and boho, as you can tell, also from the name. But I did want to use it because my granddaughter is wearing a green sweater in the picture, and it's that olive green, and it really coordinates well with these colors. So I was going to grab two different pattern papers, and what I ended up doing is just cutting both strips from the same piece of paper because it's double-sided, so I use the opposite side for that. And then there's a strip going horizontally, which I thought about using those little tiny squares you saw me show you in just a minute or a few minutes ago, but I thought that was just way too busy. Now this sketch is for 2 photos, but I decided to use 3 photos because I did have 3 photos, and I ended up cutting them down a little bit, actually a lot of it. There's so much going on in those photos, and but I wanted to use them because the one picture that I took of my granddaughter is with her girlfriend, afterwards. And then, of course, as she's getting her promotion certificate, I had to take pictures of those. So I do cut them down as much as I could, or much as I felt worked okay. I did matte the one that up on the top right, and on that bottom right, you'll see in a little bit that I do something kind of fun. So when I bought this collection, it had all the things, and it was so funny because my daughter had showed me, hey, I bought this collection, blah, 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 and I said, oh, that's cute. Apparently I didn't pay attention because then I went into the expo, and this is during the Stampin' Scrapbook Expo that we went to in March. I literally bought the exact same pack, so we were laughing about that, but that's okay. So here are some butterflies that I purchased, and look at how pretty they coordinate. They're still that kind of olive green and that mustard yellow, so they coordinate so well with this paper pack. And also there's butterflies in the paper pack. I thought about putting them on this page, but I thought that was just way too many butterflies. But there's so many cute icons from the 70s, like the smiley face, the peace signs, flowers, and all that stuff, and I just absolutely love it. I'm so glad I bought this, and I'm probably going to use mine and maybe even my daughter's as well. But like I said, I matted the photo, and I think it made a really big difference just because it kind of stood out a little bit more. I really wanted to showcase as much of the photos, like, her teachers and, some of her classmates, and like I said, one of her friends. But there's just a lot going on in those photos. So I have a pile next to me on my desk with just kind of random cutouts like that Polaroid frame. So I ended up adhering it there so I could just kind of focus on her. I absolutely love that because even though you can still see her teachers, but I feel like all those kids in the background are kind of hidden a little bit. But anyhow, so that was a little fun thing that I did. So once I put them all down, I was just kind of guessing on where I was going to put them, and I was sliding them in and out. Now I'll have all the measurements for the pieces of paper and things also on my blog. So my link to my blog will be down, as well as all the hop information. So I just used some liquid adhesive, mostly because I just didn't want to use my big ATG gun to put all those small elements down. I used a pokey tool to poke holes in the layers of paper so I can adhere the brads. And I used a lot of just fun embellishments, die cuts from the kit, pretty basic journaling. I just put her 6th grade promotion there, and then see over there in that bottom left, that was another whole cluster that I did, and I just kind of grabbed a little bit from here, there, and everywhere, all these different little elements from this kit. I love the banners on that top left, and I just, like I said, just grabbed them on, used some liquid adhesive to adhere them down. I do a little bit more journaling as far as on that lower left corner where I put her school name, and then I think I put something like off to where her junior high is going to be. And like I said, just really kind of layered the chipboard pieces as well as just the plain paper pieces, and of course those brads. So I really do hope you like this. I love participating in hops because it's so fun to go through and see how everybody else uses products, and if they use a ton, do they just use a few like I did. I started off thinking I was going to use these butterflies and some flowers that I bought, but I think with all of the dies and the embellishments that I put on, it would have been a little overkill. So I think this is fine. I am so happy that I actually opened that pack, and I can say I used, I think 5 altogether. So there's, well, actually, no, I think 4, because there's 2 here on this top right corner. And originally, if you looked a minute ago, I had kind of placed one of the butterflies a little bit higher because I thought, oh, I'll have them kind of floating up off the page. But then as I was putting these other ones down and really taking a good look at it, I thought, that was probably a little too much. So I ended up moving another one over there to the right of that bottom left embellishment cluster. Gosh, sorry, I get confused on my right and left. So that's what I did there. Now these are a little bit harder to stick holes in them because, look at that. That's 1, 2, 3 layers of paper. One of those is that thick cardstock. But I found that little pokey tool thing somewhere, and I use it all the time, and I really do like it. But that's pretty much it for this layout. I hope you decide to hop along with us. There's also some people on Instagram. I'll also show this on my Instagram, which there'll be a link in the information box with that information as well. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which just happens to be the name of my blog and also my craft room name. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you decide to hit subscribe and watch all my stuff. Thanks again. Bye.